Oh, hi. I have to go to one of those. Which one I should go to though? Do you know which one I should go to? Is there one that's closest? Let's go to the one that's over here. Which one? I think that's where I gotta go. I'm not 100% sure, but seems about right. I okay. So I'm setting up. I'm trying to set up a set of what do you call it? Like a store to sell like not necessarily merchandise of me per se, but definitely clothing. Somebody suggested I do that, so I was like, okay, that's a great idea. I had a shirt. I think I've shown the shirt on. It was like um and then somebody was like, showed it to this person. And I was just like, okay. So yeah. So I was just like, okay. And she was like, you gotta make a clothing brand. You gotta make like a clothing brand. You gotta. And I was like, no, I will. I'll call it Embrace the Awkwardness and make the most awkwardly weird you'll ever see. Like, yes, you have to. That's amazing. Yes, I will. I definitely will. So now I got an Etsy store. I just need to know. Get. I'm getting a whole bunch of like samples from. You have a nice gate that's on your mix on the stream thing you use? Yes, actually, I figured out how I can go higher. I can take the gate and go higher. I can go higher with it. There's a way to go higher. I added 5%. Noise gate. Yeah. I did. Yesterday's stream got freaking age restricted again. I mean, I got age restricted again from yesterday's stream. What the heck? Like, what the heck? Anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, personally, I feel like I don't know. I got to look at all the like. I'm trying like three different places for. I'm trying three different places for shirts, or two different places for shirts, three different pins slash buttons, and two stickers. I've got to really try. Hello, how you doing? Wrong way again. Oh, I'm still looking. Yeah, I think it is that. Or somewhere over here. A little bit. Where I'm going. Absolutely no idea where I should be going. But yeah, I got a better mic. The same mic. It's just that I changed the settings to work better. What was I saying? Or going to say? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of shirts. Shirts. Oh, and hats, and two people for and two places for hats. I think two places for hats. At least one. I think it's two. I'm dead. Dang. Hi. Hi. Really? You think so? Okay. Go into the noise gate. Where is it? Here. Oh, where is it? No, sorry. Here. Properties. Filters. Output gain. Is that good now? I have no idea. Is that good now? I've turned it down 1%. One from whatever from 5 to 4. That's good or bad or what? That's good now. But yeah, um, what are they gonna say? Yeah, so I was thinking socks, but then I realized people are gonna buy socks. No offense. I mean, there's all these sock companies do like custom socks, and also my thing that I wanted to put on the sock, kind of terrible. As in, like on a sock, it looks stupid. Wait a sec, I just found one. Like like socks. Come on, that's kind of dumb. I'm confused as to what that means. Like, what do you mean by that? Noise gate is doing too good. No, what? I'm confused. Why is this stream not working now? Oh, there it is. Turn silent Oh, is that good or bad? As in, like, how do I fix that? Okay. Then what do you want from me then? Off? So you want me to turn off the gate then? 'Cause I could go to 0. Try that. DBs. Go up to 0. This is no gate now. Things not has nothing. There's nothing. Do that. So got it. Opt. You can't your game? Oh, wait. I wonder why. That's why. Could be digital audio. No. No. Edit it. No. 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 I don't think I can get the game to work. That's weird. That is very bizarre. That's very weird. That's weird. I don't think I can. Sorry. It doesn't let me have it. That is not an option. Weird. I moved. I moved. Oh, we're just learning it. Okay. Got it. I just back. Got it. I went backwards. I went backwards. Yeah. Dang it. no option for it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm dead. No. My save. Yes, it is. I do it. Yep. Oh. Anyway, what are they gonna say? Yeah, I know how to do all this. Skip ahead, dang it. Battle. I hate how there's no dungeons in this game, but shrines are kind of dumb, to be honest. I didn't want to do that. I just want to do this. I don't want to parry it. I just want to backflip at the right time. I want to. Cool. Yeah, yeah. Oh no. I have no. What am I trying to do again? Um. The last thing I see here. Yeah, I need something that can do that. So I'm not gonna do this. Right? Let me just back up. Really? Okay. Ow. Blew up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, this is an actual shrine. Okay. Or that. That's. Ooh. Using guardian. So you want another thing? No. What is it? Uh, Another orb I don't care about, or another orb that like. Okay, great. Is there a way to know how many orbs you have? Ritual orbs, whatever the heck they call them. Because I'd love to know so that I can just like know if I can get another more stamina or more hearts or whatever. Now I'm gonna go back to the. Sorry, to the whatever. Probably a way to know. There, two. Okay. No, no. How did I die? I don't. Oh, no, I didn't. I died some other way. Good. I get some meat. Oh boy. I believe it's that one. Oh, that's what killed me. These things. That's what. Nice. I get. I don't have any. I don't even know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Because like, what else is there to do? Really? Yeah. Just save right now. Where's that thing? Oh, electric. Electric. Yo. Yeah. What I've been looking up a bunch of like AliExpress people to make me like. So I looked up T-shirts, right? And I'm looking up. So I saw someone. If you know unnecessary inventions on YouTube, probably he had one thing where it was like there. One of the inventions was like was like one of his inventions was, or one of his things he was doing was he had one of those printers that you could print onto a T-shirt. and it's like literally a printer, not like and so I was like, okay, that seems really cool. I looked up prices, and you get like, on AliExpress, you get like screen printing things with like ink and all this, and it's like a lot of work, and you have to know what you're doing, or else it's not gonna work well. And then there's printers where it's like, oh, just one of those Avery printing whatever. Ugh, they're annoying because they're not gonna last very long. But but you can get like actual printers, and I looked it up, and one of the companies that makes them for like $1,000, like $1,200. God, insane. I was like, yeah, no, that's not what I want, or I'm not willing to spend that much money. Yes, that's exactly what I want. But it's not what I'm spending money on. I do not want to spend my money that much money on it. I mean, if I was going to do it every day, and I knew for a fact that I would make my own shirts and I could print them really fast, like do, yeah, I'd buy them. God, that's expensive, man. For a printer? Gosh, man. I'd rather get like a cry cutter and make my own stickers first than make my own printers. Printers. So yeah, I know. I can go get somebody else to do it for me, which is what I'm doing right now. Getting other people from AliExpress to do it for me, like cheap and whatever. I mean, they're like become like $2 or $3. Well, I'm looking for like one or two right now. But if I ask someone like, if I ask one of those people to do like 10 or 20 or 50 or 100, I probably would get them for like 40, 20 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. Like significantly. So I'm just like, oh yeah, okay. What is over there that I can? I can't. How do I get there? I'm trying to see how I would get there. I'm sure there's some way of getting over on that side of the world. But I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, over here. Okay, I'm gonna try over here. Right. Right here. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so that's what I've been doing within the last like 2 weeks. Looking up like, well, where's my like, where are the like t-shirts? Because I got a T-shirt from Vista Print. And holy crap! I mean, yes, dang it, right? And holy crow, it's like dang. Although it was for that and 24 stickers, like $52 or something. I mean, it's not that crazy for a T-shirt, but like, you're like, gosh, that's a lot. It's not that bad. It could definitely be worse. But what I'm saying is like, I could spend $100 on a T-shirt. Actually ridiculous. Like it's actually ridiculous. Oh no, my sword exploded. I died. No, but yeah. So I'm just saying, like, you spend a lot of money on them, or the return on investment could be really, really, really low. Like you spend, I don't know, $2 each on a shirt, $5 each on a shirt, $10 each on a shirt, $15 each on a shirt, and it ends up being um like ridiculous, and then nobody buys them, or like you might sell like three. So what happens is you end up with this like, wow, my return on investment is awful. It does not pay for itself. It's not paying for itself. It's just not. But yeah, hope not. Because that's what. Oh, shit. That's what I hear. I always hear like the ROI on, or not return on investment, but like the price people like charge for it. Like, or sorry, the price that they're making, like the margin, tiny. Like, they'll buy some, it'll cost them $10 to make, and they'll sell for 20, and you'll be like, or sell for like 15 and sell for 20, and you're like, you make $5 profit on all of them, and you're like, $4 profit on them. I'm not saying that's terrible, like, that's the worst, but, like, you need, like, iPhone levels of margins. Everybody wants iPhone levels of margins. What I mean by that is, like, takes, you know, costs, like, 12, 50, 15, 50 maybe dollars to make, maybe $100 to make a iPhone, sell it for 1,000, 1,500, $1,700, like, incredible. I was watching, now they were only at the 5 at that point, but or 6. No, 6, I think it was 6. But they were talking about on, if you wanna get a good documentary, you look up Man in the Machine, right? Tell me I'm gonna know. It's one of the best documentaries if you wanna learn about Steve Jobs, and they were saying how something to the effect of somebody brought up the point of, like, "Oh, you want to, here, Kubi TV for free." They wanted so, okay, well, I might, change it to, I can't watch it right now on YouTube. I can't, it's too long. But everywhere. Apple TV and Apple TV. Okay, well, obviously. Okay. Okay. Free. Tubi. Maybe I'll watch it again. I'll save this, and I'll just watch it again, right? And so he's talking about how, like, it costs literally nothing, and I repeat, like, nothing, like, literally nothing to, make it. It's like $12 or $15, something like that. $10, $12 to make. It is. Watch it. I started watching it on stream one time. What were they saying? What was I do this. I don't want to do this right now. What time is it? Save right here though. Save right here, and that's it. Turn it off for now. For now. But yeah, and then they charge like 800, whatever, $800, $100, and I'm just like, that's incredible. That's incredible how they can get away with that. But people buy them. That's the other thing. The only reason they're getting away with that is there's no legal reason they're getting away with it. They're getting away with it because there's nothing illegal about it. Just getting away with it because people are willing to pay. That's how it works. What I've learned. Exactly what I've learned. It's like, well, they're willing to pay for it. It's like every bad movie. It's like every bad movie. Every bad movie bad comes out. Every bad movie comes out because, and there's another bad sequel because you're willing to go see it. You're willing to pay for it. Hey, I'm just gonna review it right now while I'm watching, while I'm waiting. Why not? Yeah, CNN made really. Okay, you know what? Let's say right now, one thing about CNN, I don't like CNN as a news organization, although I don't like Fox either. They have problems with them too. But at least Fox doesn't come off as like, like, um, reporters. Anyway, they definitely know, like Nova, a good one too. That does a good documentary, but they really know how to make documentaries. There's the Blackfish documentary. There's their like uh decades series. There's a decade series, and then there's stuff like this, Man in the Machine. one of the best. It's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. Because like, if you like Apple, or if you don't like Apple, I came to the conclusion. I knew that Apple was a terrible company, and I knew that Apple, that Steve Jobs was an asshole. Learn how much of an asshole he plays from Godfather. F with your mind. Like seriously, not even joking. Like, he comes and says, "We're all family. Don't leave." Like he plays tricks on your mind. It's crazy. It's like uh, film by Alex Gibney. Like like I'd love to see one of these with like not necessarily Steve Jobs, just Microsoft as a whole. But yeah, I mean personally, look, I understand. I understand. Oh, that's when he died, October 12th, 2011. Anyway, got so many good songs in it. Mr. Tambourine Man or Tambourine Man and Dreams by Embers. Anyway, what was I saying? I understand that. I understand that like that yeah was like an amazing. He invented some crazy stuff and like Apple, but also come on man, like no offense, but like you're an ass, you're an ass. And also I've learned that like I've come to the conclusion that like iPhones are just terrible in comparison to an Apple or to an Android. You know? I'm not saying they're like terrible, but like in comparison, you're like I can do so much more on an Android. Why am I even touching using Apple? I what? It is. That's what it is. What it is. That's what it is. That's what I've come to the conclusion. I'm like seriously. Like no, I'm like that's serious. Dead serious. Yeah, like I don't know. He's not an like complete and utter or complete and utter like the worst man you'll ever meet. But okay, like look, in my opinion, I understand he made some great stuff, but like and changed some of the lives. Smartphone wouldn't exist without him. No, it's like saying smartphone wouldn't or right. It's like saying you know video games wouldn't exist without Nintendo. You know, like oh the smartphone wouldn't exist. Or sorry, video games wouldn't exist without Nintendo, which is fair. Don't get me wrong. Probably true. Smartphone wouldn't exist without Apple. I mean, look, but he is a bum. I think. But I mean, what are you gonna do about that? Like, you probably every single person who's ever used technology has used an Apple product in their life at least once. One of my favorite Apple products. Before I've used an Apple product. I had an iPhone for a while. iPhone SE. I've used MacBooks. I've used iMacs. I've used iPads. Like, yeah, like in my opinion, it's very much like very much just like. I mean, if you're if you use technology in any way, You've used or either or. You've used both, if not, well, you've used one of, if not both, an Apple and a Windows product, a Microsoft product, thing Microsoft created. So, like you can't just like discourage it, but like you can't like it's just you have it's just that that's just how life works. You have no way of getting around that. You have used one in your life. You have in this day and age, you've used one in your life. So I'm not saying they're great, and I'm not saying they're terrible. I'm saying also for the people who want things to just work. Everybody always talks about it whenever something comes out, like the new what is that thing called? The new app. Ah, dang it! Falling out of the hole that I made. Anyway, um, oh, yeah. Hello? Is there sound at all? Okay, we'll go back. You've used an Apple product. You've used an Apple product. What are we talking about? Go back. God, what's it called? What's it called? Oh my gosh! Wow, it's terrible. Yeah, fair. What were they talking about though just before that? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So whenever something comes out, people always talk about the whole fact of like they want something that just works. Like let's say like the Apple Studio Pro, whatever it was called, the M2 Pro, whatever, M2 Max Pro, whatever they want to call it. Very much this whole like they just want something that works. Like that's what no, no, like well then like they just want something that works. The iPhone just works. Your MacBook just works. Your iMac just works. Your Mac Studio just works. Your iPad just works. You don't have to worry about anything. Although it's the worst mouse in the world, it just works. There's all these things, Magic Mouse. It all just works. The keyboards, Magic keyboards, and the trackpads, it all just works. I'm not saying they're super good or useful, but they just work. I need a phone, it just works. I got to use it for this, that, and the other thing, it just works. This works and that works, and it all just works. And for me, I feel like I'm willing to mess around with something to get it to work, right? I'm willing to mess around and get something to work, but a lot of people aren't. Like my mother, forget it. My brother, forget it. My father, forget it. They're not gonna sit around and like you're not gonna sit around for days, um, like getting tinkering and getting it all right to get it work the way they need it to. No, they don't care. They want it to just work. They're like, give it to me just now. They're not gonna use them because they're too expensive. But that's why none of them, like my mother, my father, my brother, they'll never use Linux because they're like, I'm not tinkering and messing around with Linux for freaking bajillion years with all this like, oh, I've got to tinker with this now. Dumb. I got to mess around with figuring out how this works and that works and learn command line code and command line. Yeah, command lines and such. Oh no, I'm just not doing it. I will not. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. This guy. Okay, this first guy that they show about when Steve Jobs dies. God, I would never cry for Steve Jobs. It's like what's his name? Or what's her name? Sorry, what's her name? I just seen when she's like sees an Apple product and goes, it's like shut up, woman. I'm gonna shut up. Oh, no, stop. Stop. never do that. But whatever. Look, in my opinion, yeah, it's a great company in the sense that like it made great products and it did this and did that. But like, would I be crying over products? Never in my life. I'm sorry, never. Over no. Was it I? Only 30 seconds behind. Damn. Yeah, yeah. Ephemeral means like. Yeah, I know. And there's this one little kid. He goes, iPhone. He created the iPhone. He created the MacBook. He created the iPod. I think he said something like the computer I'm using right now to film this is an iMac. Like created that too. Like very smart. He's like a Marquez Brownlee looking kid. He's like he used the word ephemeral. I'm like I didn't even know what that meant. But I mean, look, okay. He's like a very influential person. But just in my opinion, like yeah, okay, sure, but well, if you watch this video, right? Yeah, see, it's gonna be the word on iMac. He created that anyway. What were they saying? Or there's a part in this movie where, or in this documentary where they turn like they like explain how like he had pancreatic cancer or something like that, and they just didn't want to talk about it, and then he just died. And it was one of those things where, at least in the documentary, I don't know if it's true per se, but the documentary kind of comes out with this like weird, or with this like whole like, if he had gotten this done for like treated earlier, he would be alive. He'd still be alive to this day probably. This came out in what 2015. He didn't make anything. He didn't make anything. He designed, 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 designed. Also, I don't even think that's true because he has lead designers that design things. Like, at least that's what I've heard. I'm like, no, that's stupid. He didn't. He designed. No, he didn't. He designed it. You're an idiot. Remember those apps? Those apps for like, I have one that's a lighter. Like just like make a fun. I don't want to carry a lighter around with me, but every time no one used to look a lighter, then people pop that and turn it into they use it as a flash or the light. I turned it around and done like a digital lighter. Anyway, now they've got them for like they had them for candles back in the day. Like a funny thing to think about nowadays. Like all the random apps. iPhone 4 was the perfect like random app era. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleeping, and there ain't no place. Is a place I'm going to. I'm not sleeping, and there's no. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. And a jingle jangle morning, I come for 1955 to 2011. Keep thinking different. Following you. Yeah, Think Different was their big thing at one point. And there was Think Different. And then my favorite, not by them, but good thing I Stay Creative or is it Stay Curious? Stay Curious. You'll never think you never come out back. And then Think Different is a good one too. It's like think outside the box, think different. Just be the guy who makes something that's completely different than basically. Also, be the company that forces you to do all these other things. To like implement all these other things. I got to implement this. Oh yeah, I know the whole planet felt like that. Whether you were in America, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Sri Lanka, China, Japan, Thailand, uh, Botswana, Swaziland, Timbuktu. Doesn't matter. Like you felt like this weird, like collective loss. I sad. That's the one. Thank you. It was such a weird time too to be on Twitter. Weird. It was like Facebook. World just perfect. No, fuck off. A perfect human, very good person. No, I'm sorry. You learn about how much of an asshole he was. No, I'm sorry. He's not a perfect human. Get the hell out of here. No. Yeah, his everything. iPod, iPad, iPhone, movie, Mac, book. His everything. Oh, he left a iPhone 4 there. Wow. Amen. Also, when you look at his later years, he doesn't look like he was dying. Just look at him. Like, he just looked like he was dying. Very, very unhealthy. If you watch him, like, present the iPad, one of the last things he presented, it's such a, like, stark contrast to what he used to look like, where he looked like he's something wrong with him. Or just, like, let himself go, you know? Yeah, that's the thing. He's talking about how, like, I've seen it with, I've seen how this weird, how the world comes together with, like, when John Lennon was killed, when Martin Luther King was killed, and all these people were killed. Like, he's not a singer, but Steve Jobs not a singer. He's not a civil rights activist. He's not some guy ready to, has done some great things that change the world. He's just kind of like, or to like make the world like better. You know what I mean? Just kind of like, oh yeah, okay. He's just an CEO and an entrepreneur and a businessman. Like what? Like it's a bit like sure. It would be like I don't know, the CEO of some big company like Walmart. Dying. Oh, Walmart was such a great place. We love Walmart. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like that's what it would be like. Or like the head of Samsung being like, nobody's ever heard of this man in your life. CEO of or the founder of like Samsung is just like, oh yeah, I died, I'm dead, like he's dead, and then everyone's like, you know, that's what I feel like it would be. Stop playing. Yes, yes, I did. That's okay. I'm not watching Steve. It's on Tubi TV if you want to watch it. Steve Jobs, Man in the Machine. Fair enough. I mean, there are problems with Apple, but why do I need to watch my bot after this? Why? 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 Why do I need to watch my bot after this? What was I saying? Yeah, so I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, Steve Jobs. I mean, he said that he's the only human who can create a technology product, product technology, create technology that people love. Yeah, I guess so. It's like I would never say in my wildest dreams I love my computer, my PC, or I love my laptop, or I love my Surface Tab, or Surface Book, or my headphones, or my whatever. Like, I would never say that. Or I love my Nintendo Switch, but I would say you could say that you love, and I mean love your my iPhone, or I love my this, or love my that. Like, yeah. Although they make things that just look really nice. I have to say, that's one thing Apple was always good at, making something look really nice. Except for maybe something like the colored iMac, or iBook, or the iBook. What's the and then the iBook clamshell. P3, I think it's those look like preschool toys. But other than that, everything else looks so like sleek and like innovative, and nothing different was really. I mean, rather yeah, I mean, personally, I feel like they really know how to make something look really nice. iPod, iPad, iPhone, iMac, iBook, all the yeah. I mean, like they really do know how to make things look so good. Like aesthetically look great. That new iMac Pro that they made, the cheese grater looking one, the new one from 2019 or whatever it is, that looks really nice. They all look really nice. Like they're very good at making things look nice. Problem is they're too expensive always. And then you learn if you don't know already. I guess spoiler alert, I don't know. Steve Jobs like bought or is on the no, he's on the corporation or something, or he has a share in Pixar. I think something like that because he made Next right when he was fired as CEO, right? He's not CEO anymore of Apple, and um, for whatever it was 10 years or something, 15 years, he created a company called Next, and they created a new graphical user interface, like UI, GUI. And what they did was they basically provided the computers for Pixar, from what I know, because they were like some crazy like um, high spec computers that could like run all their like first like make their movies basically. Make all the first like I think the first like 2 or 3 movies are made on them with Steve Jobs like a software that he made or like next software that they made that did like 3D animation. It was like really crazy. And then they were like, well, maybe you want you back, Steve. Not maybe not necessarily by from that reason. They saw that, but they probably did take into consideration like, oh, he made this. Oh, let's implement that into the Mac. Into the Mac OS. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things about it that the Mac OS that are from that come from next U whatever OS. Me too, I like. Yeah, I know it does. Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's saying, the grief goes beyond the product. It's like we mourn the man as a man. Like why as a human? Why? Every other CEO you've never heard. That's the other thing too. Steve Jobs made himself public, very public figure. Whereas, do you know who the CEO of Microsoft is right now? That's Bill Gates. You know the CEO of Walmart. You know the CEO of Costco. Do you know the CEO of GameStop? You know the CEO of Toys R Us. You know the CEO of Target. You know the CEO of Samsung. You know the CEO of any of these LG. You know the CEO of any of these. No, none. I wouldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you any of those people. I could look it up and find out, but I would not know off the top of my head. But I could say the guy who founded Microsoft or sorry, Apple was Steve Jobs. So one of the founders, Steve Jobs. Well, the other thing they say in this documentary, he talked about it as like we're the little guys, which they were at the time, and IBM were the big guys, and let's fight the man, and because they had to think different campaign when the one where they did the 1984, and they're like do the whole thing where it's like we're all being controlled, mind controlled, and he goes boom, and he like comes in and like smashes the screen and goes, no, Apple, don't be stuck, slave to IBM or whatever. IBM was a big thing, and he had a picture of him, and he giving IBM the middle finger, like middle finger, like middle finger to the IBM logo. They're like IBM, yeah, outside of the IBM offices. He worked at Hewlett Packard, then he worked at Atari, and then he worked at he created his own company, or he did a few other things. But like that's the thing. Apple was such a like, oh, we're the little guys, fight the man, fight the man, fight the man, and I'm like, wow, okay, fight the man. I'm not saying that like that does you couldn't say that and that's not true at the time. Now it's like now they're the biggest company in the world. They're the richest company in the world. There was something stupid like I one of my one of the people who research whatever it's called. Anyway, said one time when he was up and speaking something to the effect of like yeah like it's so cool how he could ask like Siri what something and then so he said something effective like how much money would it cost So back in like whatever it was 2014 when Greece was in like their financial debt. All they what they had to do is either like find a way to get the money, or they would ask like the World Bank or whatever it's called, the one like the thing that you go to when they need money, right? Anyway, and they got a bailout and they had to start over and they had to like pay them back, whatever. Anyway, they were like literally not going to survive, so they decided to do that. But it's something to the effect of he asked how much it would cost, and then you asked, well, okay, what are the richest companies, and then you realized Apple could have they're a $1 trillion company, literally, literally $1 trillion company, and because they're a $1 trillion company, they had so much money that they could have bailed out Greece like 4 or 5 times over. They have so much money, it's insane. And that was back in what 2014. They've made even more money now. They could, oh my god, it's absolutely crazy. They could stop world hunger right now in 5 seconds. Literally, here's all the money to stop world hunger. Now, here you go. Pay for everybody's college forever. Like they have so much money, it's not even funny. That rhymes. It was different though. It made different things. It also did that thing where it forces you to do something, either to remove something like the headphone jack, or to utilize a new port like the FireWire, or to um to what's the word? Use this new standard, or to use this new like protocol, or to use this new like thing in your OS, or like, oh well, this software you have to use this software. Software has to come to Windows because like it's the best, or like this, that, and the other thing. Or we have our proprietary thing, so it forces you to use our computer or our. It is definitely, yeah, definitely like we're like the innovators, like forces you to do or not. Oh no, we're getting rid of it. What? Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's different, you know. Wow. And obviously, it's always because of money. In some way, they can sell something better and more expensive. But for a lot of it, it's just kind of like we're just going to do it. Like how Matthias used to say something to the effect of, "If you don't change, it gets boring and nothing ever like improves or progresses. You just sit in the same like way." I understand what he means. He's trying to say like change things up, do things differently. He would always change. He had like 7 or something different YouTube channels at one point or something crazy like that, and he used to change them up all every so often. Like, okay, that one's dead now. Fail time's gone. Try this one. You know, see, they never really had WWDC, and they never had for a long time, and they didn't have oh, Apple keynotes for a long time. So what they would do, they would just have like shareholder meetings or like Macworld or stuff like that. So they were even at E3. No, ES for a while, I think. He loves Bob Dylan. This guy. Half of the time they are retaining. That's fair. Like Bob Dylan is one of the greatest like artists ever because he's a storyteller, he's a poet, he's a writer, and he's a singer. Now his singing is pretty awful in my opinion. He can't sing. I'm telling you right now. Don't tell me that he can sing. "Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man" is actually a better one. No, there are ones where he's like, "How many rounds?" That's actually not bad either. But there's ones where he sings like, "How days?" You know, him. There's 3 people I think can't sing very well. They know how to sing, but they can't sing well, and that's Bob Dylan, Johnny Cash, and um Louis Armstrong. And there's a few others. There's a few females that are like that too, where it's like, it's like a weird way of singing, and it just doesn't sound good. But people love them anyway because they're good. Like he's good because he's a poet, a writer, and a singer. he's not just one, and he knows how to like get you. I have a whole book of songs and poems. But that his wife. I guess. Storyteller, poet, a writer, a singer. He was amazing. Man was amazing in that way. Been in films. Vinny, like the Apple II probably changed computers forever. The Oh my god, there's so many things that changed computers forever. First kind of GUIs, first mice, first this, first like crazy stuff. It's so incredible. First like, or at least consumer mouse. Crazy stuff, man. That's Jimi Hendrix. That was a little Jimi Hendrix like. What song is this? Oh, see, there you go. There you go. That did not sound like Bob Dylan at all. Sounded like it was Jimi Hendrix. Although that's not. I was going to say. No, oh, I'm going to say something about Foxconn right in a second. But what I was going to say was, I was going to say, but that's a lot of singers are like that, where you can't understand what they're saying. Say, oh, you can't understand what he's saying. No, but that's a lot of singers. It's the way they sing, like it's produced, not necessarily. Now, Foxconn was one of the worst places to work because Foxconn's an actual company that does other things than just Apple. But Apple uses Foxconn, and like, holy crow, is it like one of the most disgusting places to work because people said stuff like they said stuff to the point of like, well, they talk about one story where a guy jumps off a building and they put a net so he can't die after that 'cause they found out. And then what else? They definitely are wacky, wacky. Maybe I should stop watching. I'm gonna watch it. Stop watching this right now. But yeah, talk about like how something really effective, like the raw materials that come in that they have to like put together, they're so like poisonous in that like um, form. In that form, it's like anyway. What was I saying? Yeah. So like it's like, and people have died from it because it's so like toxic. 'Cause I got a like really cheap, really cheap bag for my ukulele. That carrying case or whatever, soft carrying case. It smelled so bad, like cheap rubber. Like when I don't know, it's hard to explain it, but when you smell something and it's cheap rubber and it's like disgusting. We washed it. I washed it. My mother was like, "Wash, sure, wash it. That's a good idea." And we washed it, and I sat it out for like I don't know, maybe an hour a bit. It was dry, but it was the most disgusting. It still smelled horrible. It still I still walk into this room and go, "Oh, ooh," and especially if my air conditioner's on, it like wafts the smell around. It's so bad, so bad. But the thing with it is, imagine not working with that. My mother said, "Imagine working with that all day." And fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, that Apple documentary said the whole thing about like they would get the raw materials, and it's like that's disgusting, and people would die from it because it's so just so toxic basically in that form. It's so bad, and that's in your phone that you have every day. Like I know that that form it's different. Good gosh, look, in my opinion, Apple's a weird company. People like Steve Jobs as a person, which was what like blew a lot of people's minds when he died. Everyone there were like lots of people who were baffled. They're like, this is weird because collectively, as like a human species, as a person, one of the only people that we ever were like collectively were mourning for, sad about. I'm not saying you shouldn't be sad for him. What I'm saying is like, why? You don't know the man. The first guy that they got there to interview, they were talking about who was crying. I'm like, no, please stop. No, this is actually sad. As in, like, this is pathetic. You cry for this man? Pathetic. Or cry for his products? I don't cry for any technology. I mean, the only other guy that I feel like we'll ever have this kind of connection to will be Shigeru Miyamoto. You'll have Shigeru Miyamoto when he dies. Everybody and their mother will be everywhere, posting, you know, things of like, oh, what a sad. Thank you, Nintendo. Thank you, Shigeru. Although they're not. That's the thing. Shigeru Miyamoto is not the guy who created Nintendo. Like that guy's long dead. But or he's just very, very influential and important person in Nintendo. I think that's the only other guy that would ever think. Oh yes, this guy. That kind of like yeah. So personally, that's what I feel. Like yeah, okay, great. You know what I mean? Just like that's the only other guy I can think of that as a human race, this man changed the world, made the world a better place. As in like, because there was something to the effect of, I'm not mistaken, it was a Robin Williams something to the effect of like the effect of
than they would have been without me. As long as I know that, as rich as I ever need to be. I don't know how much value I have in this universe, but I do know that I made a few people happier than they would have been without me. As long as I know that, as rich as I ever need to be.
Yep. I don't know what value I've added to this world. I know I made a few people happier. Would have been without me. And that's all that matters. Cool. Anyway, so yeah, realize like definitely. If I made at least one person super, super, super happier, like incredibly millions and billions of times happier than um than I did without or sorry, what is it? It would be without, right? I'm happy like that. I've come to like good. I've accomplished what I need to, and I've shown them, Jesus. That's about all I need. I don't really care. I don't need I don't need any money. I don't need. That's the comfortability that I get from like. That's the peace I'll have. I'll be like, I have Jesus. I've shown some people Jesus, and I've made people happier. That's all I care about. Like seriously, think about it. Right? What else do you need? You need Jesus, and you need happiness. Other than that, what else do you need? And now I'm not saying happiness. Maybe happiness is the wrong word. Maybe joy is a better word because happiness is conditional. Joy is like I have I rejoice in truth that I know, like Jesus kind of thing. Where like, oh yeah, truth, rather than saying happiness, where happiness is conditional. Happiness is an emotion. Joy is more of a like you can be joyful and rejoice when you're not happy. But there's some kind of something inside of you that you just like like it stirs inside you and goes, I don't I'm not sad. I'm not happy, but I'm not sad per se. I have joy. I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart. Down in my heart. I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Today, today. Oh, right. Fortunately, yeah. You know what I mean? Just like, okay, yeah. So that's it. I think that's more different. Like, if I made somebody happier, gave them joy, give them some joy, give them a little bit more joy. That's where I would be like, oh, I made it. Great. Because that's the thing, right? Joy is unconditional. No conditions to joy. You can have joy, saddest person ever, but you can still feel joy. Like you can be like, no, I'm not happy at all. I feel so bad. I have joy. So there's something to rejoice about. Be happy, be joyful about. Whereas like happiness is like conditional. So joy, so happiness is like, oh well, I'm not happy right now. Emotionally, happy. Not that you don't want to be happy and joyful. That's the perfect definitely joyful rather than I feel like in life you want to be joyful rather than happy. You want to be joyful about not happiness is also temporary. You'll always somehow feel sad or mad or discouraged or depressed, angry or stressed or disconcerted. Word? No, disconcerting. Anyway, you know what I mean. Like, but joy is like, no, I have this in like deep inside of me. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway. That's like made it just a little bit better. Like, no, plus I watched I just saw a video I posted a while ago on Instagram on my story. It was something like we it was a song and it was like we've been around 100 Like we've only been around 100 or 200,000 years of 13.5 billion years, and we think the pinnacle is here. That's arrogant. There are 13.5 billion suns. We think ours is made for us, something like that. 100 billion stars, and we think ours is made for us, or something. I'm not arrogant. It's like, and then it goes, "You're not." It ends. You're not important. I'm not important, and neither are you. So let's do whatever we wanna do. Like, wow. And when you think about it, I said this to my friend one time. I said to my friend one time, I said, I was at his house. I was sitting in his bedroom because we were looking at something, whatever. And I just said to him, I said, there's no difference between me, right? In the grand scheme of things, if we both die, and we're both Christians, therefore we do have a different like thought process on this. We neither of us actually think this. But I brought up the fact of basically like saying there's no difference between me or you going out and doing all these things and having a like successful successful life, successful career, wife, children, whatever, and me sitting in a corner doing nothing and then dying. We're both gonna die and then have not really contributed anything to society, if anything. It's like fair enough. I mean, fair enough. And he looked at me kind of like, well, no, I went out and did things. I contributed to society. I added to the world. I, you know, pro, proclaimed the gospel. I did this. I did that. You sat in your bed. You're gonna get to heaven, and God's gonna go, wasted your life, or sitting in the corner. You're gonna get to heaven and go. And I was like, yes, but like, right, but like, heaven and God's gonna go, you wasted your life, and you're gonna look at me and go, you used your life very well. Which, fair enough. I mean, I was like, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, but you think about that for a second there, and then I went, no, but then there's that thing where it says, I made someone just slightly happier and gave them just that much more joy in life. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm done. I don't care. I've succeeded in life. At least one person, whether that's your best friend or your wife or whoever, right? If there's one person that you made happier and gave them a little bit more joy, you've succeeded in life. I feel like that's your success. You don't have to be a successful person, have all the money in the world, or have all the like friends, and be successful in any way. You just have to contribute to being someone who people want around. They enjoy your company. They enjoy you. Not a weirdo. You're not a crazy man. You want them, and they want your company. They want your advice. They want your feedback. They want this and the other. I think Jordan Peterson talks about two types of people that you should have in your life. Someone who cares stupidly deeply about you and would like love to you, and someone who couldn't care less and almost hates you, because you need those two types of people to be able to like. And I saw a video where it's like you don't tell the people that care a lot about you your ambitions and your things and ask for advice. You ask for advice from the people. Especially you were saying I was specifically talking about music, but it can apply to a lot of other things, other aspects. But you would ask someone who just has no interest and no connection to you at all, nothing, doesn't care about you at all. You have to ask them because they're going to give you an honest opinion. You're not going to have a friend who goes, I hate, or someone who goes, I hate you, and anything you make is god awful garbage. Crap. But also, you're not going to get like your best friend or people you love or your wife or your husband or your kids or your best friend or son or your brother or father or your brother or sister or family or whoever, where it's like, or close friends, where it's like, oh, this is amazing. I don't care what this is. This is amazing. You need the people who have nothing, no connection to you, and nothing doesn't care about you at all, to be able to say, give you an honest opinion of like, well, this is what I think. Because otherwise, right, otherwise, end up with people in two extremes. Love it. It's the best thing ever. I don't even care what it is. Holy crap! It's so bad. I hate it. I don't even care what it is. I hate you. So because I hate you, I hate this, what you created. I don't care what it is. Love it. I'm not important, and neither are you. So let's do whatever we want to do. It is definitely like a. When you think about it, right? Hard enough, deep enough. In the grand scheme of the world, nobody in this world is important. But that's Okay, now you're getting into like the philosophical question of what is important, right? What is the importance of life? That's why I asked someone. I just asked the same girl, "What is the point slash meaning of life?" Meaning, right? Like, why are we put on this earth? Are we put on this earth to be better people, to be good people, to be rich, to contribute to society? Are we here to get people to follow Jesus? Are we here to? I want to know her answer because, like, there are we here to 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 are we here to although like just are we just here to worship God and that's it? Is there a point to life, or is it just kind of this like it doesn't matter? You can do whatever you want. Don't hurt other people, and other than that, it doesn't really matter. You can go do whatever you want. It's all meaningless anyway. The whole like, oh, the Earth implode on, or the sun's gonna implode into it on in in on itself, and the world's gonna freeze, and we're all gonna die anyway. But that's billions of years away. So life good. Help people, don't hurt people, and that's about it. Don't steal from people. Don't do stupid things. And that's about it. If it hurts another person, don't do it. And that's about it. Because that's what I've come to the conclusion about. It's more of this. My if you ask me why I or what I think, I'll say my because I said this to someone once at a Bible study, and they answered me with the answer they gave was a good answer because that's my pretty much my answer. It's but I'd add one thing to it. It's worship Jesus. That's it. Now I say okay, well, and my church says it like this too. They say their motto is love Jesus, love like Jesus. So I would add to their worship God with worship God and bring people to Jesus. And you don't have to be this kind of like, oh, I brought people to Jesus. No, I told people the good news, the gospel. That's it. Because I was talking to someone once, and we were doing this thing where after or one part of a conference I had once, we went to the local mall and we did like evangelizing, and I'm like, and we ended the evangelism. He talked to his friend, this guy I knew who was knew a guy who was not my friend, but was his friend. And I went, okay. Or he went, so what do you think? How did it go? And I don't know. It was okay, whatever. And then he goes, well, it's not our job to grow the tree. It's our job to plant the seed. And he kind of looked at him like, yeah, that makes sense. What he means by like, by that is like, it's not our job to say, get people to follow Jesus. If you got people to follow Jesus, good for you. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so, um, yeah, our job is not to make people come to Jesus. It's our job is to show Jesus and like, yeah, if you don't want to, not my problem. I've told you the facts. I've told you, gave you the truth, the good news. You don't want to follow it. I don't care. You don't want to believe it. Good for you. Get out. I don't care. I'm just telling you this is what A, I believe, and B, here's the good news. That's it. The gospel. That's it. You don't want to believe it. I don't care. Have fun. Like, hey, if you become Christian, fine. That's great. But if you don't, well, I'm not important, and neither are you. So let's do whatever we wanna do. I know. Doesn't matter anyway. Excuse me. Yeah, that's my thing. I would add to point we're put on the earth to worship Jesus, worship God, and to tell people about Jesus. That's it. If you read Matthew, I think it's Matthew 28, 6, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong about that. In the Bible where it says where Jesus is telling the disciples right before he like leaves, he says this is after he's descended. This is after he came back. He rose, resurrection, and he's talking to his disciples. He's had 40 days to do stuff, and he's talking to them, and says something to the effect of he says something. He says, okay, the Great Commission is go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I will be with you because there'll be somebody greater than I that comes after me, be with you. He's talking about the Holy Spirit. And so right there, he's talking about how Jesus is talking about how like the next point in life is to go and make disciples of Jesus, of all nations. Go to every nation and go tell them about me. And it's like, wow, okay. Big thing to do too, but like that's not that hard to do either. So, it's really not. It's really not that hard because like just go in your daily life and Jesus will come out somehow. If you're the kind of person who's not afraid. A lot of people can be. Anyway, my point. My point is trying to say like my point I'm trying to get is like, well, um, yeah. So like one of those. Yeah, that's just the point of life is the meaning of life. I don't know. It was something that somebody wrote once. There was just the word life question mark. He goes and there's a he takes the dot from the question mark. He goes over an arrow to the point. He goes question mark. What's the point in life? I have to show you it. Really like what's the point? Anyway, the meaning of life is 42. No, that's the answer to life. The answer to life. Sorry, the point of life and the meaning of life. The meaning of life. I mean, my opinion on that whole thing is, in my opinion, I feel like yeah, the point of life. The point is to do all that. That's why we're here. What's the meaning? What's the point? That's why we're here. We're here because that's why we were put on this earth. Now, if you're not a Christian, then what do you think? It's to be a better person and to help the world. Oh, oh, look at me, I'm so good. Anyway, I was talking to my mother last night about I know too many people, and I know, and there's people and people in charge who just kind of like have this attitude of like, I just want to look good. I don't even care. I want status. I don't want to look good. I don't even care that if I do it or not. I'll piggyback off everybody else. Very good at because this guy that I'm very good at that. Like very good at piggybacking off of someone else and looking like he's done something, and then coming off as like you've done nothing, kid. You've done nothing, man. Don't give me that baloney. You've done nothing. No offense, but because the guy who runs the freaking uh young adults rally. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this right now. He doesn't run. I guess that does not run that thing. I'm telling you right now. No, I'm not saying he's a bad. I've heard him speak multiple times. He's actually not that bad. He's actually a pretty good speaker. He's a good teacher. He's a good whatever. But my problem is like, he's ripping off why or all these other people who are running the thing for him. He wants nothing. He walks around. He doesn't have a clipboard, but he has that clipboard. He gives off that clipboard vibe or attitude of energy where it's like holding the thing, looking like he's doing, amazing, looking like he's like in charge and like, oh, yep, yep, yep. Oh, taking that down. I'll write that down. Remember that one. And then just like, almost like for a fact, nobody. Well, that's not. Well, that's you haven't fooled anybody, but you fooled some people, I'm sure. But like, I'm not stupid here, man. I know that you didn't do any of this. Come on, don't give me that crap. I'm not saying he's a horrible human being. He's a fine guy. I like the guy. He's a decent human being. It's just the problem. The thing is, what? The thing is, he just doesn't do it. Like, he's not a terrible human being. He walks around talking to everybody. Always comes off as like, anyway. My point here is, I'm trying to make here is I know people like that. They pick off everybody else. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, if you do something, fine. But then it's like, I don't care. But like, look, like, anyway, look, I don't even know why I brought that up. Really, I'm trying to remember why I brought that up. Did I bring that up? Why did I bring that up? Oh yeah, that's why. That's why I brought that up because like some people just want to look good and have a status. Look at me, look what I've done, and he doesn't even do anything. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, everybody wants to look good. There's a lot of people who want that. Like, don't even want money necessarily. They just want like, look at me, look what I've done. I have a beautiful wife and lots of children. I have a good career, and it's great. Look at me. I have status. That's not what you should be doing. At least not as a Christian. Okay. In my opinion, I feel like those kind of people are very insecure and have to see themselves like eating in something, or else they like have this like. Also, it's also a lot of those people. Now, I'm not a therapist, but I'm just saying a lot of those people have had like childhoods where they really either didn't have a lot of friends, weren't very good at anything, were just kind of average or below average at like everything. So therefore, I feel like they need to compensate for that, like that they're called not nature. What do you call it? They're called whatever, like their personality. Compensate for personality to be like, oh, well, I have to be a successful person. My personality has to be like likable, sociable. It's like no, that's not what. No, stop that. You don't need that. Also, he's explaining at the last one that we did was their 1 year anniversary, right? We're doing these things. We've done it for 1 year, and he's talking about how they come up with it, and it's the other two interns at church. And I thought to myself, you didn't do any of this. You just somehow got your name slapped on this and became the guy who ran it because they didn't want to run it. Because you know what it was? It was the other guy. Because there's two males and a female. The other male, who was exactly like him, who's lazy and didn't want to do it, didn't want to have anything to do with it, like in the sense of like in a um in a like um leadership role of anything. Like no thanks. And then the girl was like, no thanks, I'm good. Basically, I'll be your guinea pig, or no, sorry, your gopher, and go look and find all the stuff for you. You just you do it. You can have it. Or she was very innocent in that, like, oh, no, you in charge. You get the credit. You why? If okay, whatever. Look, whatever. I'm not gonna go there, but like, he doesn't even say that like these people. No, why did his name get slapped on this? It's Adrian's. No, it's his thing. It's this guy's thing. Why? It's this guy's thing, not the other two. Well, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It drives me a little bonkers. But, what are you gonna do, right? I can't stop that. I can't change that. I can't make it better or different or whatever. I don't know. It's weird. In my opinion, it's weird, but kind of dumb. But what am I gonna? I'm not gonna change anything. I can't go back a month and say, no, you got to say it this way. No. But whatever. Look, I don't care. Who's right? And my mom, I suggested that we do a talent show. And my mother said, "Oh, so you had to explain to the guy that it was a talent show? Why he couldn't have thought of that himself, or um he couldn't like now if he says that my dad said if he says that that's bad and he says that it wasn't your idea that's bad." And I was like, "No, I'm gonna go up to him and say," and then I stopped and thought to myself, "No, I'm not. Why do I care? No, I'm not gonna go up to him. What do I care? Oh, my problem. Why would he tell anybody that it's my idea? Everybody's like stealing ideas from everybody else. You know, that's the internet for you. I'll say that much. But that's the world for you. It was George Lucas who said everything's been done before. And he's talking artistically. Everything's been done before. There's nothing you've done that isn't already been done before, which is fair. That's 100% fair. The thing is, though, that like you can at least attribute it to the right person. I said no. I'm gonna go up to him and say no. That was my idea. And blah blah. And it's like I'm not. I'm not. What do I care? Why would he say that? Okay. And then why would I care to have that? I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't understand. I don't understand it, and I don't think I'll ever understand it. One of those like, why do I care? Why? I'm not. I'm not saying that. Or say it in such a way that like says it more like we're gonna have a thing, and then make it out to be like directly say like I idea. I don't care. Look, I don't care in my opinion. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Look, in my opinion, I don't care. In my opinion, I think um I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, I just know that he doesn't run it. It's fine. How many CEOs run their own companies or build the products or design the things or do this or do that? They have other better, more important things to do. They're doing the things that people don't want to do. My previous, the one before the previous, two general directors prior to this guy that's said to my brother once, said right, he came up like telling someone how it was things like you don't go do the stupid job or the pity job or the little job or the job or you don't run your own week. What you do is you got all the little guinea pigs, gophers, gophers to go do all the little, grunt work, and you go do things that you can't do. Like he never went and did anything that that somebody else couldn't do. That's what he said, and that's what he did. Like no, I have to go do paperwork and finances and this, that, and the other thing. And I realized, and I was like, wow, that's really good because like you don't. Fair enough. I mean, it's fair enough. You don't go and do that. You don't go do the things that you don't have to do. Like if somebody else can do it, especially if you don't have to train them in any way, you can just literally say to them, "Here, do this," and like it's kind of simple, or like show them, "Okay, there's this. Here you go. There, go do this. I want to like this. There, go do that." Why would you do anything? Why? Just explain to me why you would. Why would you do that? It makes so much sense because what happened was there are people who would do it. You know, and also if you can get free labor, like I don't know if that's a bad thing, but you can get free labor, right? I say free in quotes because it's not really free. Way food and lodging, but still, you get free labor where you don't have to pay the person. Because the biggest thing that my brother had a problem with was that they hired some guy. The last year I was there, they hired some guy to do a whole bunch of like to do all the weeks. I don't know if they did. No, he didn't. Anyway, that year, but it was definitely like baffling because he's like he has to hire some guy. Why? Because nobody wants to do it. You can't get people for free. You got teenagers to do it for free all for years and years. I don't get it. I don't get it. He also said he was also like my dad. This guy was like my dad because the next guy got this guy to pay this guy to do it. Anyway, to run the weeks. Anyway, program previous guy, the next guy. So the previous guy said we had the same attitude my dad had. If a youth can do it, if a young person can do it, why do it? Get them to do it. You know, don't go and say something like, "Oh well, I have to do this." No, you don't. Never. No, you don't. No, 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 you don't. No, you do not. Because a young person can do this perfectly well, perfectly capable of doing it. Don't give me that crap. Especially like one that drove me and my dad nuts was my mother also, but not as much. I don't think I ever went to any of them. I just went to one. There was a place that they used to do with this homeschooling cooperative that they had. Not a commune, a cooperative, like a co-op. Anyway, Yeah, I know it sounds a little communist. Not, but anyway, a group of homeschoolers that come together. Anyway, um, and the director of this play that would happen would be in every play, and eventually he stopped being in every play, and he wasn't in the last two that I saw. But he was in every play, and my dad would go, "Why? I'm gonna use to do this. Why are you here? You need another guy who needs to have attention and needs to have like, look at me, look what I've done, look at this, look at that. I'm like, why? Stop. Why? Stop it. Fuck. Stop. God. I got an ego here, man. Good God. Dang it. I also heard that you knew somebody who used to play for was my best friend's dad. Yeah, Little Women. And it was like, wait a sec. You spent how much? $20,000 to produce this? And I went, much. Then I realized, oh, there's a lot. There's renting the place, there's paying people, there's costumes, there's sets, there's maybe food, maybe lighting, maybe sound, maybe whatever. It's like there's a lot. So I asked on the musical theater subreddit. I said, how much would it cost to produce a Hamilton on Disney Plus level production of Musical the Musical? And they went, you got a couple of $100 million, or no, I think it was a couple of $1 million, tens of millions of dollars. And I went, wow, that's how much? And they said, yes, because you have to pay people to do it. You got to pay people to produce it. You got to pay a place to pay a place, rent a place. You got to rent the equipment, costumes, sets, food. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And what I would do though to make my money back, probably if I ever did this, I used to tell my dad. He's like, that makes sense. Is I would probably do like one weekend, make it a live show where people can come see, record like the first night or the whatever one night, and then always have it up on like either YouTube or maybe on like uh even Patreon, but like YouTube or maybe one of those places that I can get it up on. I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna cost stupid amounts of money to do YouTube or maybe like on my website or like Vimeo or something. Like it's ridiculous how much. Like I realize I'm like, wow, that is probably true. Millions of dollars. Because they said somebody said, well, start small, and I went, okay, because that's the thing, right? So I was like, yeah, this if you want um Hamilton levels, yeah, you're going to spend millions of dollars. Problem is, the thing is, you could start smaller. And I went, fair enough, I could. That's another one of my like dreams. To have like a really highly produced. I know they had a Broadway show, but there's no evidence of the Broadway show as far as I can find. Like no like recordings of it. So therefore, I'd love to have like a Hamilton level musical. It's my favorite musical. I think it's just not nostalgic thing, but I love them. I just love the musical. I think the musical is actually really really good. There's Musical Junior too. There's Musical Junior, and the problem with Musical Junior is Musical Junior adds a bunch of like other parts where it has like what's it called? They have this Lorax and like stuff like that, and it's like 'cause basically it's just Musical with the Lorax, and I don't like that. So yeah, I don't care for it. But there's a whole point where he's like, and that's another tale for another time kind of thing. Like they go onto the Lorax on trees, and it's like, that's another tale for another time. I found one that I used to watch. Or I watched one that I loved, and I cannot find it on YouTube to save my life. And every version I've ever watched after that was kind of either terrible or just like badly recorded, where it's like 5 meters away, zoomed in, and we're just picking up the audio from the camera. And it's like, 'cause what I would do is I would have the audio come in very perfectly, like meaning maybe not mic everybody, 'cause that's a little bit much. Wireless mics would be a lot, but I would have mics hanging from the ceiling, and then just have those connected into a mixer, and that would be like how we get the audio so it doesn't sound like 3,000,000 meters. Also, I wouldn't. I don't know. I just have it run better with different angles and camera angles and this and that. Have it edited properly. It'd be a lot of work. I realize now. It'd be a lot of work. It's not a one man operation A, and it's also not like a cheap thing, and it's also not like a yeah, I can do this. Yeah, one camera, one set up a camera, set up a mic. That's great. It's easy stuff. No, this is like a lot of setting up and preparing and just I love that whole lot of work. Oh, it can be done. You have millions of dollars. It can be done. It's probably gonna cost like stupid like $2,000. Also, the rights to the play depends on how long you want to play it for. That's what my dad said. That whenever they would buy rights for his variety show, oh yeah, he knew exactly where to go to get them. I found where. And what it was like what it was like it depends. He told me it depends on how long you want to play it for. Not how many people. It's not how much anything else. How long do you want to play it for? A day, one night, a week, play it for a weekend. It all costs slightly different. You get a package that gets you a weekend, or you can pay for like a week, or you can pay for bunches like depends on how long you want to play. I'd probably play for 1 weekend. Okay, that's probably like not super expensive. I said okay, great. How much would it used to cost you? And he's like, oh, it costs us a couple of $1,000. No, they say that or a couple of $100. Not how many scripts you want. It's not how many people are in it. It's not how big it is. How long you want. What he explained to me. I'm like, okay. How much is a actually terrible. Although it's not the worst. Like, what do I do with it? I think it's two things. Because this thing's pulled up. Boot it down. I glued these things back in. Or I filled it with stuff. I think also because it's cheap, low work. Wanted an electric. I'm paying about $100. You're gonna get $100. I went to the $100 for birthday. Because I realized, yeah, anything more, I'll just. But I really do want an electric. But they were 350 or something. I asked the guy, I'm like, what's the cost? They did tell me that specifically you would have like that you would because they told me online. Okay, talked to their live chat, and they told me specific like, oh, it's going to be significantly more expensive. I'm like, okay, okay, like a lot more expensive, and they go, significantly more. It is. Paid $30 for that one. Paid $80 for the new one. Dumb, dumb. And I will get one eventually. I might even get an electric. We'll see. Basically, they're just tiny little. There's so many instruments. The same way if you go on, I don't know if there actually is a article for it. I'm sure there is, but if you go, I know there's one for music. If you go on Wikipedia, there's a Wikipedia article you buy or you get. You go on thousands. There's probably one for thousands of musical instruments where you just, oh my god, it's crazy. Anyway, we're gonna leave in about 7 minutes. So 7 8 minutes. Yeah, like so there's like ukuleles, banjolales. There's like tiny little lutes. There's mandolins. There's electric ukuleles, acoustic ukuleles, electric acoustic ukuleles, just in ukuleles, small small stringed instruments. Like I'm actually surprisingly good at playing the ukulele. I like I'm not, I always surprise myself. I'm like bafflingly like wow. It like blows my mind. Like I'm like wow, I played that. I'm not music yet. Oh, I want that sound. I'm pulling. Boom. Yeah. That's my opinion on that. Like I'm like wow, I was blowing my mind. I'm like wow, I can play that. That's amazing. I can like read or the lyric. I read sheet music. I'm getting better at it, but I can. Oh, this chord. Boom, ba-doom, ba-da-ba-da-boom, ba-doom, dib-da-bim, bim, bim-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. So yeah, that's my opinion. Like wow, it blows my mind how I can like do that. Actually, mind blowingly like wow. Okay, that's incredible. Which it is. It's very incredibly like wow. Okay, give it 2 minutes. 4 minutes. Anyway, it like blows my mind. I have recorded myself. I am actually not the worst, musician. I'm not good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the worst. I've heard worse. I've heard, JJ or Ice JJ Fish, JJ Ice Fish levels of bad. Basically, like how like worse than Bob Dylan levels of bad. Where it's like, oh, you can't sing. No, you are terrible, and you will make ear rape, and you're gonna kill cats, destroy babies, and make people cry. How bad it is. So crazy. Not even funny. It's Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I've heard worse. So I'm definitely not good at singing, but I'm definitely not that kind of person who like I'm not terrible at singing. I'm in that weird middle ground of like, also I can't sing in a note. I don't know what notes are. Sorry, singing, forget it. You asked me to go from C to C, I would not know what you're talking about. Close, I guess. It's the whole do re mi thing. So that's how I figure out music. Although I don't know if you said like on the spot like C, E, D, A, F, G, C, E, G, A, B, C, D, G, G, A, F. I would not be able to like, oh. So yeah, first thing, keys, whatever. No, but playing them at least on ukulele. I have this piano I never got. I said I was gonna learn it, and I never did. Probably gonna sit forever. Probably not the instrument. You know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be the thing that I learn in like 30 years, 5 years in an actual class where like someone teaches me, and you know, piano lessons, and whatnot. So I mean, I don't know. I have it in my keyboard right here. It's only about $50. It wasn't like I spent like $2,000 on a piano. Of the three instruments that I've tried to learn to play, I've learned that the ukulele is the instrument for me. I love the ukulele with a passion. Oh, four if you count, five if you count the guitar, which I tried for like not even joking 5 to 10 years, or the and the recorder that I looked into for a little bit. So I tried guitar, then I tried keyboard, then I tried ocarina, then I tried no sorry guitar, then I tried ukulele, then I tried keyboard, then I tried ocarina, then I tried or sorry then I tried recorder, then I tried ocarina, and all of them I can pull sound out of. But could I play any of them if you chords or sheet music? No, except chords for the ukulele. That's it. And if you gave me the tabs for um ocarina, I could play. I actually don't think ocarina is a terrible instrument. I think it's a great instrument. Mine is also very bad. Also, I'm so glad I invested in a better ukulele rather than a better. I'm gonna get my guitar just checked, but better than a better. What is it? A. Why you have to be complicated? Mm. Why you have to go and me? Perfect. I mean, look. I have a guitar. I found love. I found a love. Oh, oh, darling, just dive. Third, second, one. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up. I'm darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart crying, and in your eyes, I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. We were just sorry, we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will, I will not give you up this time, darling. Just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes, you're holding mine, baby. I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling. You look, darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. Over to you. She shares my dreams and hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets. Carry love, carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know that I know we'll be alright this right time. Darling, just hold my my hand. I'll be my girl, I'll be your man. I see it, my future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you, dark, dark, with you between my arms. Barefoot on the grass, listening to a where's it? Where is it? Listening to a favorite song. When you said, when I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this, darling. You look perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between. No, dancing in the dark. Where is it? Dancing in the dark with you between my arms. Barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in. No, sorry. I have, I have faith in what I see. I know I have, I met an angel in person. She looks perfect. No, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. I found a one longer than anyone I know. E7. You are my, you are my sunshine, my only sun. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take sun, sun, shine away. Oh, E7. E7? Oh, I can just do E and G. Ooh, yes. Heart beat fast, colors and promises. How to be brave. How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? Watching you stand, nope, stand alone. All of my doubts suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. Time and still beauty in all she is. I will be brave. I will not let it fit. Let in if it takes away. What's standing in front of me? Every breath, every hour has come. What? One step closer. I I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 all along. I believed I would find. Time has brought hearts to me. I will love you for 1,000 years. Love you for 1,000 more. One step close. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. Love you for 1,000 more. You- Well, you only need the light when it's. Well, you only need the light. Well, you only need the light when. No. Well, you only need the light. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only, only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Staring at the ceiling in the dark. Staring at the bottom of your glass. Staring at the bottom of your glass. Hoping one day you'll make it last. Dreams come slow, so far. You see her when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll why everything you touch will die. 'Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you go. Only know you've been high when you're low. love her. No. Staring at the ceiling in the dark. Same old empty feeling. Heart. Love comes slow, so slow. Well, you see you when you fall asleep. Never to touch and never to keep. 'Cause you love it too much. Life. 'Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Oh, 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 oh. May you only need the light when it's burning low. Only hits the, only misses sorry, sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you. Yes, I can them all. When your legs don't work like when your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, your will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Oh, I see. Darling, I will be loving you till we're 17. And baby, my heart could feel the last. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. Sorry, 3. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe it's the touch of a hand. I just keep, for me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So, honey, now, take me, take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your hand on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud. Maybe we thinking out loud. Maybe we found love right where we are. Where my head's overgone and my memory fades. The crowd and the crowds don't remember my face. Where my hands don't play strings the same way. Mm. Know you will. I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow old. It's evergreen. It's evergreen. Baby, your smile forever in my mind and memories. I'm thinking out, thinking about, I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Baby, well, well, I'll just keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. 'Cause, baby, now take me into your loving arms. Take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your hand on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud. Maybe thinking out loud. Maybe we found a love. No, sorry. Maybe we found love right where we are. We found love right where we are. So baby, now take me. Well, take. Wow. Take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000. No, sorry. Kiss me under the light of 1,000. No, sorry. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars, darling. Place your hands on my beating heart. I'm thinking out. I'm thinking out loud. And maybe you, maybe, maybe we found love right where where, no, where we are. We, no, sorry. We found love right where we are. We found love. Nope. We found love right where we are. We found love right where we are. Thinking out loud. Marvin Gaye. Oh, pretty, yes you do. Prom queen. Say you won't let it go. You. This is home. Summer. Sadness. Love like you. Dead lions. Dandelion. Whoops. You belong with me. I belong with you. My sweetheart. I belong with you. My sweetheart. flag as oh bloody, oh blada, one day, on, bro. La 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 la. I'm gonna go now because there's like nothing. Now, guys, I'm gonna leave. So I think it's gonna be it for now, guys. So, whoa, shucks. Adios, mi amigos. My mic's falling off, so